am I backing on? Well, let's try the right. Try that on, really? Okay. Sure. Oh, man. It didn't go through.
This was honestly the worst Tesla event ever, but they released something that I haven't wanted more. This is really the most like prototypey event that we've seen from Tesla. Even the Roadster seemed a little bit more polished than this. And I mean, there's just not much that we know. But you know, I'm going through this phase right now. I don't know what it is, but I just want a rugged type of vehicle. I've been looking at SUVs, I've been looking at trucks, just something that I think is cool, something that I enjoy. And for me personally, I don't really need a truck for work. Like, I'm not hauling things, I'm not towing things, but just being able to have a car that's more capable, just something that's appealing to me. I mean, I love my Model 3. It does everything I wanted from a Tesla, but if I was going to get a more rugged vehicle, the thing I would miss the most is all of the tech and the autopilot, the electrification. I mean, I like all that stuff. It's stuff I've gotten used to with this car. Let's be honest here though, there is a lot that is still not answered with the Cybertruck. Like, I mean a lot. This was a really weird event because they barely talked about the truck at all. It seems like once they broke those windows, everything just like got derailed and just like kind of scrapped it. They went through the slides really fast, and even the specs that they did talk about, they just kind of glanced over them. And at the beginning, Elon said this was a truck that needed to compete with the Fords, the Chevys, and the Dodges out there. But then they didn't talk about what things a truck could do. It was weird. So obviously this was a prototype, so there's certain things like the wipers, the side view mirrors, the inside with the rear view camera that's just a screen and not actually a mirror. Like, those kind of things I think are more prototypey and probably wouldn't actually come to market that way. Like, you need windshield wipers, you need side view mirrors of some sort. But then other kind of thoughts I had, there's no way I can see this angular design made out of stainless steel actually come to market. I mean, think about it. In a pedestrian accident or a cyclist accident, if you get hit by this truck, you're going to die. I mean, this thing is made out of stainless steel and has very sharp angles. I don't see how this would turn out well for any pedestrian in any situation. Then even just for the people in the car, crumple zones, if it's made out of really strong stainless steel, like, how is that going to work? I'm sure, I guess this is all stuff Tesla has thought about, but I just have questions about it. And it would have been nice if they addressed at least some of them on the stage. And then beyond safety, in the bed of the truck, what is that bed made out of? Is it going to be resistant to scratching? Can I actually use it for work, or is it more of a place to throw stuff? Same with the outside. Yes, it is very resistant. They hit it with a sledgehammer and that was cool, but is the stainless steel going to be something I can easily maintain? And I'm sure, again, this is something Tesla's probably thought about, but it would have been just nice to have heard it. In terms of looks, I kind of wish that they went with this design that I kind of mocked up in Photoshop. Instead of having that triangle in the back with the angular design, maybe cut it like a normal truck bed. Of course, they want it to look different and not like a normal truck. I get that, but I feel like it looks futuristic still, but a little more quote unquote normal. Now, of course, being able to cover the bed and having it at the angle will give you better aerodynamics, but more importantly than that even is just being more structurally sound. Having those pillars there give you more towing capacity because you just have more strength in the overall vehicle. But like, the truck is so polarizingly different that I feel like there's some changes they could have made that would have made it a little bit more normal while still keeping it really different. There's a few reasons why I placed my order. The first and most obvious is that it's $100, which is not that much money, and it's refundable, so if I ever need it, I can take it back. And also, I leased my Model 3, so I have to return it at some point. This goes back in 2021, which is the time when the truck is supposed to be out. And like I said, I want a more rugged and capable vehicle, something I can take pretty much anywhere. And that's just not something I could do with a Model 3. I'm really excited about other options like the upcoming Rivian R1T or the Ford F-150 that will be electrified at some point. I mean, those are cool options, but they just don't exist yet. And while the Cybertruck probably won't be released in its current form, I'm confident that Tesla will release some version of this car. And even if they decide, oh, you know what, we made a big mistake, let's make another truck, if it has the tech that I have in my Model 3, well, that is enough of a reason for me to get a Tesla truck. So am I crazy? Yeah, probably. Do I have bad taste? Sure, but I'm excited to possibly maybe one day actually get this car. But now the waiting starts.